said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news live edition. Before we get into it, y'all know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Y'all know we here to talk about what's happening at Fiserv Forum in front of friends and family between our Milwaukee Bucks and the Orlando Magic in a tight game. This isn't the best Bucks performance, but it's good enough to beat these clowns. Let's be happy about that. I see a lot of chatter going on in the comment section, and salute to the chat. So without further ado, the game is about 38 seconds left. Bucks are up 111-105. I know we got a lot to talk about. We need to talk about why Ajax only played 7 minutes today. We need to talk about Brook Lopez's slow feet. Giannis had an off game, only 11 of 25. Dame had an off game, 5 of 17. We didn't shoot well today. I mean, we're shooting 42% right now, 29% from the three. We were effective from the free throw line. Shout out to Dame, 10 of 10. Shout out to Giannis. He was struggling from the field, but he shot very well from the free throw line, so that's a positive. 10 of 13 is awesome. 10 rebounds, 6 assists for Giannis. 5 turnovers is definitely not good. 2 blocks, 33 points. Middleton didn't give us much, 12 points. Lopez, 14 points. He did end up with 7 rebounds, y'all. I know that's not a lot, but that's good for Brooks. 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, 14. Dame had an off shooting night, 5 of 17. 4 of 8 from 3, 10 of 10 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 turnovers, 24. Beasley gave us 8 points in almost 30 minutes. Bobby P had a slow night, 6 points. Beauchamp only played 11 minutes, had 5 points. But Beasley played almost 30 and had 8 points. Let's put that into perspective. Didn't get much from Campaign, 2 points. Pat Connaughton, Mr. had 8 points, and Andre Jackson played 7 minutes and had 0 points. I'm wondering if something is still up with Andre Jackson's back and the back spasms. You know what I'm saying? I'm really wondering if there's something more going on and they're trying to rest him or just, you know, be careful with him because we do need him. So if that's the case, I do hope in the presser that Griffin actually explains what's going on with that, because that's very weird that he would just play 7 minutes and then nothing from AJ Green. I don't want to go in on Griffin, but I believe AJ Green would have been more productive today than Beasley or Connaughton had he got those type of minutes. Respectfully, I understand they're vets, but AJ Green is Yoga Flame. He is fire every time he come off the bench. He's hitting. Man, that man played 10 minutes and had 12 points and be 4 or 5 from 3. So I'm patient with Griffin. We're winning. I get it, but we got to figure out these rotations, and we need to know when people are not on their game that we need to remove them from the game. That's very key to me. Is like seeing this. Every night is not your night. You know what I'm saying? Every night is not your night, and when it's not, we need to put somebody else in the game that might be their night. But nonetheless, the Bucks are winning. That's what's key. So let's just be happy about that. Like, we're not gonna blow out every team. We're not gonna have 50 on every blow every team out by 50. Giannis and Dame are gonna go for 40 every game. We're gonna have these type of games, and these are the type of games that build character and that we'll have to fight through. The Orlando Magic are a good young team. They have a lot of size. People like Isaac, the Wagner brothers, that they're going to give Giannis some problems due to their length. So we need to understand this isn't no pushover team. Y'all were saying it, that the Magic are a good team, and they are, but they're just not better than us. That's just what it is. They're just not better than us. And all the stuff y'all saying about Brook, I've been saying that stuff, y'all. We got to keep it real about the slow feet and all of that. We got to take the good and the bad with Brook, though. Yes, he has slow feet. Yes, he can't move, but he can hit the outside shot. He has outstanding post game, and he can block shots. So those are the positives about Brook, which is why we need to bring in somebody young, athletic, big, kind of like a Jonathan Isaac. You see the benefits of having a Jonathan Isaac or like a Mo Bamba type of player. We need something like that, and that's what we need to really address in the buyout market, in my opinion. But shout out to the chat. What's going on with y'all? I know y'all tight. I saw y'all. Oh man, I was looking at some of the comments like, oh man, y'all tight. Shout out to the chat. But how y'all feeling out there though? Are y'all upset? But you shouldn't be though. Like we need wins. Wins are what matters most, y'all. Don't be upset. It's just a bad game. We shot bad as a team, y'all. I mean, we shot bad as a team. I mean, check it out. I mean, 3-point percentage, 29% from the field, 42%. 51 rebounds is nice. They have 44. 12 offensive rebounds is still too much for me. We had 10. Only they had 6 steals. We had 3. They had 9 blocks to our 6. We had 13 turnovers to their 7. It lets you know that our defense was a little off as well. I mean, for them to only have 7 turnovers is kind of crazy. Fast break points, we did well. Points in the paint, they killed us. They had 60 points in the paint to our 40. That is the difference of why this game is even close, is the points in the paint. So that's what we need to address. And I agree with you, Squid. I see you, Squid. You actually said a comment that I agree with. Shout out to you. They might be tired. They might be tired. That definitely will. That could be the case. But nonetheless, even if they are tired, for them to muster up the energy to get this type of win is still impressive. Orlando's a quality team. They'll probably be in the play-in, if not a regular playoff team. So this is a good win. We extend the win streak. What else does Bucks Nation want? Let's talk about it, y'all. Let me put the link in the chat so we can chop it up. I see a lot of stuff being said in the comment section. What up, y'all? Let me shout out y'all before we get the people tapping in. I see you, Eliza, Patricia P, John Jackson, Brandon. I see you. Squid, I see you. AJ, I see you. My boy Humilidon, straight out of Puerto Rico. What up, what up, what up? I see you, Gibson. Who else up in here? Let me see. Let me get through all these real quick, and then y'all can tap in where you all want. The link is in the link is in the chat as well. I know y'all got a lot to say about Griffin too. I know y'all about to go in on Griffin. What up, Proper G? So let's get to some of these comments while we wait for people to tap in. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Just helps other people find the content, and it just helps us grow Bucks Nation. Much appreciated. Let's get to these comments real fast here. Let's start from the top. I know y'all tight. Don't be tight, y'all. We've been on a nice little run. What up, Sergio? I didn't even see you. What up, Sergio? Let's get in here. Tap you in 1 minute, Brandon. Salute. What up, Eliza said Dame is like 4-6 from 3. Not bad. He's just kind of quiet on playmaking tonight. Agreed. John Jackson said, yeah, Bobby's aggressiveness on the boards lately has been a big boom for the team. True. Agreed. Facts. Shout out to you, John Jackson. What up, Gibson? I'm going to tap you in 1 second, bro. AJ, what's good? Said Giannis should stop shooting threes. Yes. Squid said rebounding is everybody's job. That's a fact. That is a fact. Elijah said Giannis is in a slump. It's not a slump. He just had a bad shoot night. I won't call it a slump, though. It's just a bad shoot night. Squid said Dame getting some lucky shots. I love that. I appreciate the positive commentary about Dame. Salute to you. Patricia P said that's 2 in this game. Yeah, Giannis missing them dunks. Like I said, it was just an off night for him. Let's just be happy with the win and leave it there, y'all. Let's just be happy with the win. We up 118, 111 right now. Let's just be happy about that, y'all. We at Fiserv Forum now in front of friends and family, and we getting a win against a team that y'all was concerned about. Y'all were concerned about the Magic, and we beating the Magic. That's the positive. I'm trying to be positive this podcast as much as possible. Just saying, trying to be positive, y'all. All right, I'm gonna get a couple of these more comments in. I'm gonna tap you in, gentlemen. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put y'all in the green room here. Give me a second. I'm gonna tap y'all in. Patricia P said, ain't no signs of Ajax coming back in. How's Marjan getting playing time over it? Marjan didn't even play like that, though. Marjan only got 11 minutes tonight, so he didn't get no run. What we need to be talking about is why AJ Green didn't enter the game. That's what we need to talk about. What is going on where some of these young dudes getting DNPs for no reason? Like, that does, like, Griffin. John Jackson said, what's good, Gibson? Gibson Nicholas in the building. Bahamas about to tap in here in about 30 seconds. Shout out to the Bahamas. My man about to talk in. I know he about to come in here and get smoked. I already know. I was going to get a couple of comments off. Okay. John Jackson agreeing with Patricia, as he should. I agree with Patricia all the time, as he should. Squid said, did the Bucks go out for drinks last night? Just saying. You never know. Gets a shouting out Mr. Smith. Absolutely. Patricia P said, man, Griff be so confused. I don't know if it's confused or not going with his gut and trying to do what he thinks is the right, like, he's not going with his gut. He's going with the status quo, playing the vets, not taking a chance and all that fly stuff. So we going to see. All right, I'm going to tap all y'all in a second here. Give me a second. Let me just tap y'all gentlemen in here. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. Hey, all four of y'all, all three of y'all in here. What's good, gentlemen? Let me get my earpiece in. Hold on 1 second. Just to make sure I don't get no echo or nothing. Give me 1 second. What y'all see in the bill? Hey, Gibson, what you waiting on, fam? What you doing?
Peace and love, peace and love, peace. All it is. I was mad I missed it. I was mad I didn't tap in the last live. I was pissed I missed that live.
I was wondering. I was like, oh, he must be doing
pissed.
so. I was like, he must be enjoying that good weather down there in the Bahamas, sitting out there on the porch, soaking in the rays or so. What's going on with you, Gibson?
Everything cool. I mean, we had a lot of rain down here. We had a lot of rain. We had a lot of rain.
That's all bad.
We don't have no snow like y'all over there. We don't have no snow in the Bahamas.
We don't got no snow either. We don't got no snow either. We ain't getting no snow this year. I'm counting it out. We ain't getting it no more. What up, Brandon? Daniel?
What's going on, Brandon?
Bleacher Report boss, what's good, fam? Yeah. All right, so it's official. We barely won 118, 114. This game was way closer. Hey, this man, hey, what you doing? Why are you taking off your shirts like that? What you want, Ray? You see, Ray, I had to pause like, what Brandon? I had to pause like, what Brandon on, bro?
Brandon got on the shades.
Yeah, right. I don't know what's going on with Brandon. All right, I'm gonna start. Brandon was wild for that. My bad. That threw me off. I was like, what are you about to do? Go ahead, Brandon. Oh, I got the super chat. Let me get my man super chat. Hold on 1 second. Brandon, wow. Daniel Carter with the super chat. 199 was good. I need to join the live one day. Coach Griff suck. Damn. Yeah, hey, man. Anybody can join, bro. The link is in the chat, Daniel Carter. You know what I'm saying? If you want to tap in, bro. Ain't nobody stopping you. What up, Jeff? I see you, Jeff. All right, Brandon, let's start from the top. Tell me how you felt about today. Good, bad, and ugly. Then my boy Gibson, and then the Bleacher Report boss next.
Okay. Well, I did that 6th win in a row. And I'm a 6th win. My bad. I put that in time. I said 5 win.
Yeah, 6, sir. 6, sir. Yes.
So, hey, it's an off night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
agreed.
They didn't play well. Giannis didn't play well.
Correct. And we didn't get a lot of help from the bench either. It's not like, Bobby Portis only had 6 points. I don't think anyone off the bench had double figures. So it was just a bad night. And I do want to get some understanding of what's going on with Ajax. You can't go from playing 30 minutes to playing 7 minutes. There needs to be an
Nah,
explanation. Hey man, somebody need to be in these pressers asking the right questions because we need to know what's going on. They in there throwing these softballs to Griffin. We need to know what's going on. He need to explain to us, what are you doing? What are these rotations that you're doing? Explain to us the extended playing time of Pat Connaughton. Why is Pat Connaughton? I don't care. He should never play more than 15 minutes under any circumstances. He just should not play more than 15 minutes. I just don't care. I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't. There is no excuses. His defense is like he's not even trying. Soon as you pump fake, I don't know if it was Patricia, Eliza in the chat that was saying that they call fly by Pat. Soon as you do a little pump fake, this man is going all over the screen. Like, what are you doing? Man, listen, man. Hey, we got to tighten up out there. I mean, again, I think it was fatigue. Again, this was a bad shooting night. And considering we shot 42% from the field and 30%, not even 30% from the three, we should just be happy that we got a win. I really think we should just be happy that we got this win. Considering how often is Giannis going to go 11 to 25?
Not often.
That's not going to happen often. You know what I'm saying? So I do think we need to be cognizant when we're judging this team. We're on a 6-game winning streak, ladies and gentlemen. We are handling our business at Fry Serve Farm in front of friends and holidays. We putting people in backwoods for the holidays. So we need to understand that is a positive. That is a positive. Go ahead, Gibson. Tell me what you're feeling, bro.
All right, my feeling is tonight the game was in. The guys played terrible, but we still got the win. That's really what concerned me, that we beat the Magics. That's what I was excited for.
Right.
We beat them.
Facts.
Now, my problem is what I said in the last live, and I could bring it back, and so Brandon and Daniel could hear. We need to get Drummond. If we could get Drummond from the Chicago Bulls, he will help us out very well on the rebounding.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree, and he would be able to give Brooks some breathing, some time on the bench, and also when we're going against more athletic bigs, we could give them Drummond, and Drummond could just handle the boards. We got enough scoring. Right. That's not our problem. Our problem is defense and rebounding, and defensive rebounding, because we do allow a lot of offensive rebounds as well, and then we don't get a ton of offensive rebound. Drummond would be perfect, and I don't think he would. They would have won a lot for Drummond. You know what I'm saying? But nope. he would be a very valuable piece for us. I agree with that, Gibson. I agree with that. I think Drummond would be legit.
And then not only that too, but if we can't get Drummond, let's go get your boy from Brooklyn, Royce O'Neal. He would be good. He could play defense.
They were talking about him today on the what is it, Bucks in the Pass or Bucks Pass or whatever that website is called. They had that as an option that they were talking about the Bucks possibly trying to go after Royce O'Neal. I think he would be a nice wing defender too. I mean, he's a little bit bigger than Crowder. I think he would definitely help on the defensive side.
I got a question for Daniel. Daniel, any report on the Blitzer report that if we getting any new assistant or
I know he coming with that assistant shot.
I was on this for months now. I wanted to find out what's going on because Griffin need help.
Yeah, he do need some help, bro. I'm not gonna say help like he's slow or something, but he needs a veteran. He needs a veteran assistant, like a veteran former head coach as his assistant coach to kind of guide him, because sometimes he looks like a fish out of water in certain situations.
Oh man, yeah, that was Jerry Stotts.
I understand we had Terry Stotts, but there are other coaches available. The former head. He needs a former head coach as his leading guy. That's it at the end of the day. We got to be real. You're a first-time head coach with a championship caliber team. Your assistant coaching staff should be strong. It should be strong to help him. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you're a rookie quarterback, you want to make sure that you lean on the running game to make it easier for you. You know what I'm saying? So in this case, being a rookie head coach, you should be able to lean on your assistant coaches to get, to help you grow and make you a better head coach. And I don't think, like I said, I'm not disrespecting none of the assistant coaches, but I just don't know what they do. I don't understand their value. Like they might be
I know
doing
that.
stuff that I don't see in practice or talking to people on the plane, maybe being player psychiatrist or something like that I'm not aware of. But I'm sorry, I'm saying as far as X's and O's and rotations, they don't help. I don't
No,
see
no.
any value they bring. I would have loved if I'd have known that this was going to happen with Terry Stotts, I would have wished we could have got Sam Cassell or somebody as an assistant
Oh
coach.
yeah.
That would have
Oh yeah.
helped.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what would have helped to somebody like Sam Cassell, and it would have been great for him to come to this type of team and win a championship after he almost took us to a championship. That would have been a great story. That's what if I would have known that was going to happen with Terry Stotts, I would have wished we would have got Sam Cassell as a lead assistant coach for real.
I agree with you on that. Oh, why they just don't go after Nate McMillan? He was to be a former head coach. Nate McMillan. Nate McMillan.
I don't
Uh,
know if Nate McMillan is in the mind state to be an assistant coach at this
he,
stage.
he's still like
Okay, fine.
I recently read not so long ago. He is still hurt that Hawks let him go the way they did and just hired this other guy quickly. They hired that other guy from the Jazz
Snyder.
quickly.
Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder.
Yeah, Quinn
So
Snyder.
he is not, like upset right. Like he's been like not in the mind right now to coach because he's just been hurt from the
Okay.
Hawks job. So
What's
it's
your
gonna be a
take,
while.
Daniel? Go ahead and take the. Go ahead, chop it up, Daniel. What you feeling today,
All right.
bro?
I'm gonna pull like a Mr. Smith, like he always on some players. And I gotta go in on this one player. He made me turn the game off for a little bit because I got so mad.
All right.
I'm gonna see if you guys don't get who I'm talking about right now.
What?
I know that
What?
guy.
Who you think? Who you what they're talking about? Well, I just
Go.
wanted to just.
Go ahead.
You
I'm gonna
talking
let
about
y'all.
Pat? You talking about Pat?
He
What's
said,
up, Bob?
Pat.
No, it's not Pat. No,
Brooke?
That's
not Pat.
Beasley. That's
No,
Beasley. That's Beasley.
no. It was
No,
somebody that was.
Hey,
It was Brooke, man. It was Brooke
I know. I
Lopez.
thought that's
I
what I said, Brooke.
knew that was coming.
Hey, but
Bro,
the
he
thing
was.
is, well, y'all gotta understand what Brooke is. I think people want him to be more than what he is, bro. Brooke is a old school big man, slow feet, can block shots if you come to him and use his timing and can shoot the outside shot. You cannot expect Brooke to guard anyone. He guards area on the floor. He can't guard a human. He can guard
Yeah,
an area on the floor, but not an actual human. That's what we need to understand with Brooke. Brooke's days of guarding humans is over with. He guards areas on the floor. That's it. We can't expect him to guard someone. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to happen. That's the whole point that I'm nervous about us in the postseason because we need, with these young athletic teams, we need some young athletic big, at least one. And if that means sacrificing Brooks' brother, he should be the first to go. And then he should be told the reason we getting rid of your brother is because you can't move your feet. You got your brother
Yep.
traded. Hey, Brooke, you're the reason that your brother about to get cut or traded because you can't move your feet, sir. We need someone that can move their feet. Period. We need at least an alternative, like lightning and thunder and lightning type of thing. We need somebody that's fast. I don't even care if they can shoot or nothing. You know what we could do? We need a Larry Sanders type of player as our backup. We need a Larry Sanders type of player.
Yeah, he was dangerous. He was dangerous. He
bro,
was a good player too.
bro.
I
I
would
got
love
look.
back.
Mm-hmm.
I would stand it back.
Yeah, no, Larry Sanders would be great in this type of situation coming off the bench. He got size, athleticism, rebounder.
Right, because he knows Giannis and he played with Giannis before.
Hey, yeah, I'm just saying. I'm not saying physically him, but somebody like that has his playing style.
Yeah,
I
no,
agree.
see, this game should have been over in the second half when they was leading the third quarter, and Brooke just keeps giving up these layups in the post.
Right.
And
Hold on, let me get this super chat real quick. Hold on, Daniel. Shout out to 78. What up, General? Shout out to the LDBC with the 1999 super chat. Much appreciated, famo. Can't be touched, can't be stopped, can't be moved, can't be rocked, can't be shook. We hot. When will these haters know? Oh, my man 78 was in his bag. When will these haters learn? I don't know, bro. And they gonna learn the hard way. Hey, they gonna learn the hard way. Don't even trip. Hey, I see you in the chat, Daniel Joseph, too. I see y'all. Go ahead,
It just
Daniel.
He ran
I I just think that with Brook, clearly he cannot cover the post. He's a back end defender like he always has been. They need to get another defender. They gotta get somebody else to help that out because you can't have Giannis in that spot and he get foul trouble, or you want him to be like the safety in the back, of that defense. And Brook just keeps giving. I mean, like I said, I love Brook. I love Brook, but he keep giving that backside up, man. It's just like that.
And,
He was
and And
that
what
wide
did I
receiver.
say when y'all was trying to crucify me before the season started when I was saying that we should trade Brook while his value is high? And then it was all defensive player of the year, almost that block shot. But people don't understand those things are true, but they're situational. And the reason he didn't get defensive player of the year is because of the lack of versatility. Jaren Jackson can go out there and guard all 5 positions and still block shots. That's why he was defensive player of the year. Brook Lopez can block
agreed.
shots and that's it. And like I said, he can't guard a human anymore. He can only guard area on the floor. That's the difference. And then when you got these young athletic bigs, he can't do nothing. He's barbecue chicken. He's barbecue chicken. We gotta be real. And just to pivot real quick, I love Middleton. And I know he has up and down, but I know he go score and get it. But Middleton just look a little slow to me for whatever reason. He just don't look. But the athleticism part it don't. It's like the electricity ain't there. He gonna score and get his money because when you got an old man game like that, it's not based on athleticism. It's based on timing and getting to your spots. But as far as him moving,
Man,
I promise.
like
I thought the chat gonna say something. I promise you, if Middleton was able to get traded that off season and not Drew, we kept Drew. Guaranteed. If we could have, and Middleton was healthy, I think Middleton would have been gone.
I don't know if y'all listen carefully what they said. They said they tried to do everything else but trade Drew. So that should have been the key word. That should have been key to let y'all know they was trying to get rid of Middleton, but I don't think they wanted Middleton. Nobody wanted Middleton, to be honest.
I read that they did everything they could to keep Drew, and they was like, Drew have to be in the deal. And it was like they didn't want nobody else. The Blazers didn't want nobody else.
Yeah, I understand.
And I was like, it didn't I read it just like I said.
Salute, Proper G.
Oh man, I wish we still had Drew, but at the same time, we got Dame now. But I'm just saying that Middleton has been and that's why we have Dame now, because you can't trust Middleton to be what Dame's doing right now. So that's why trades made. The trade wasn't made because of Drew. The trade was made because of Chris Middleton efficiency to play.
Talk. Are y'all listening? Are y'all listening to Daniel, or are y'all listening to the Bleacher Report, boss? He laid back dropping jams. Let's get them likes up. Keep spitting. Keep spitting.
This the problem with Chris Middleton. Like these restriction minutes has been up and down, and they talk about how much minutes he playing, and I keep thinking to myself, this guy has not been playing that very well, and like we traded Drew because he couldn't play well. And then
he had no value on they needed Drew because of what he would bring back. As far as pick, nobody's going to give you a lot for Chris Middleton, respectfully. And again, that's why I said on this team, it's his best fit because we don't have to depend on him a lot offensively. Because Middleton does this on a regular 12 points, 14 points. Then he'll explode for like 27. And then it's 10 points, 11 points, 14. Then explode again. You know what I'm saying? His inconsistency, which is why he'll always be a career 20-point a game scorer. He just don't have that gear. And this is not the bag on Middleton. We got him. He on our team. He been here for a while. I get it. But we're just talking about the perspective of why he's still on this team and Drew isn't. It's because of his health. And he's slowing down. Obviously, he's slowing down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's. I mean, like, cause I watched Drew yesterday. He played an okay game. He had 4 threes, played defense. It's just I kept thinking myself, man. But I know everybody gonna say I'm not trying to say that Drew's better than Dame. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying
you're saying Drew with Dame. You were saying Drew with Dame.
That would have been
That's a problem. That'd have been a problem right
that
there.
a problem. They didn't want
Mm.
that to happen. Oh my God, I think they didn't want that. They were like, we
That's a
ain't,
problem. That'd have been problems.
hey, we ain't gonna have both on the same team.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it just
No, that's true. Hey, Katay, 4 feet, I agree with you. Hey, the Magic are a scrappy team. We need to be
yeah,
proud that we beat them. This is a scrappy team. They give a lot of people problems. This team ain't no role. These teams ain't no punks. You know what I'm saying? The Magic they gonna be battling. They gonna give somebody some problems in the playoffs because they will make the playoffs.
yeah.
And
You
we
know,
gonna
they
play
will.
another playoff team coming up next in New York. And I want Bucks Nation to be ready. I don't know if y'all saw the schedule for the second half of the season, but it's very real. We playing some heavy hitters all second half of the season. It's all heavy hitters. And what I like about that is the Bucks will be battle tested before we get to the playoffs. Y'all go take a peek at that schedule and look at all the teams we playing. How many times we playing them? The Bucks will be battle tested one way or the other before the playoffs start. That I assure you.
That
It's
We
not a
gotta
lot of
do
cupcakes. It's not a lot of cupcakes in the second half. It is not a lot of cupcakes. So stacking these wins is a good thing right now. We need to stack it up. Stack them up.
Stack them up. I think the
so.
pace has been falling off a little bit lately since that ball been taken.
They season is done, bro. They got a hex put on them, bro. I ain't never seen no team fall from grace like that. I haven't seen a fall from grace like that since this Puffy thing that's going on. But that's a separate conversation. But the Indiana Pacers, this fall that they had is crazy right now. They are getting smoked left and right.
Got
No, they ain't
Yamcha.
getting smoked. They're getting destroyed. They're getting destroyed at
Right.
9-11.
They
All
that
right.
they oh my God, like I was like, okay, they'd be a worthy adversary. I'm like for chill, like yeah, they'd be a worthy adversary, and also you really got like, man, I'm bored with that one already. Like, oh
Right.
man,
Hey, Squid made it. Hey, Squid, you starting to come around, bro. I'm listening to you now, Squid. Squid said Giannis scored 37 and Dame scored 25, and that's a bad night. Maybe other players have to step up.
Boy,
maybe so,
boy, boy, boy. Boy.
And that
but
is a
But
bad night. And that sounds crazy to say, but that actually
it's,
is a bad night for both of them. It
that's
is
a
a bad
point.
night.
Yeah,
it
Squid
is.
have a
But
point on
my,
that.
my, my big problem is with
Uh-huh.
the is you don't like how many minutes Marshawn Bochamp played tonight?
He played 11. I'm gonna tap you in a couple minutes here, Mr. Smith. Hold tight, bro. I see you. Hey, you see us? Okay, just making sure you can see us, Mr. Smith. Okay, go ahead, Dan.
Damn.
Huh?
Yeah,
Hey, I tap out see
Okay.
Gibson. Mrs. Smith again.
Okay. All right. Good looking. Appreciate you, bro. Salute.
No problem.
Hey, y'all see how this chat work in Bucks Nation here, man? Oh man, salute to this chat, man. This is for real friends and family network, bro. This is for real friends and family network. It's just not a saying. It's a way of life for us. Real talk. Real
right.
talk. Let me tap you in there, sir. There
Oh,
we
the,
go.
the legend,
Andy
the
Ware,
legend, the
great. Look, he
legend,
got the green shirt,
the
black hat. He
legend,
Wow,
about to get to it. He about to
the
Yeah,
get to it.
legend, the
I know you was
you
legend,
listening
already
to
know.
what's
the
going on,
legend,
Mr.
You
Smith. Tell
already
me how
know.
you feeling,
You
man.
already know.
the
Salute, Mr.
legend.
Smith.
Salute to the panel, Brandon. You didn't have to do that. I was enjoying listening to you guys. I appreciate you, Brandon. You didn't have to do that, bro.
I
Brandon the king.
appreciate it. Hey, Brandon, stand up, dude. Like most of the people in this chat. That's why I always say, Mr. Smith, friends and
Yeah,
family. You show love. You know what I'm saying? Salute.
yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
I was just saying, yeah, firstly, salute to the panel. Salute to you, Amara.
Mm.
Once again, this is a growing platform. Once again, I'm getting recognized in other places for what I'm saying on here.
Right.
This ain't me. People are
Right.
watching your platform and saluting me for your platform. So it's growing, bro. That's real talk. That's real
Appreciate it.
talk.
We're gonna keep grinding, man. We're gonna try to grow this thing
Yeah,
as much as we can this year. Go keep grinding.
which is a good word to use. The grind is the Mister Rogers word to use, right?
Right, right.
So 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 here it is,
That's
right?
the
Winning
third
in
one,
this
the
league is
legend, the
difficult.
legend.
Winning in this league is difficult, and we just got 6 in a row. I scoreboard watch. I punish myself by doing that. I'm just a basketball nut,
Right.
right? And so I'm a hater, right? I started wishing for all the other teams that are in our weight class to lose because I want the Bucks to be the only.
Right, right, right. Facts.
So if there are any Clippers fans in the thing, I'm a hater.
Right.
You lost, I'm a hater. Guess who has the hottest win streak in basketball right now? That would
Yeah.
be your Milwaukee Bucks at
Yes.
6 in bro.
Hey,
Right?
we
Yeah,
gotta also commend the Bucks on handling business at Fiserv Forum. Hey, we don't
Yeah,
lose too much in front of friends and family, bro. We don't
mm,
lose too much in front
15
of
and
friends
one.
and family.
they took care of
15 and
business. They
1.
took care
So, like, different things that I'm going to salute. Salute to the fact that the aggregate defensive rating for the Bucks has gone up a tick, right? So we're
Mm-hmm.
no longer in the bottom 20, 20 and below. We're now 19th. I'll take that,
Right.
right? Uh, we have played a couple of really good defenses, or teams that at
Mm-hmm.
least were rated well defensively, right? The Houston Rockets, I think, were
Two.
ranked what, number
Number two.
2. I'm gonna tell you what I know. The Magic is definitely a better defensive team than the Houston Rockets.
Facts.
They're far way a better defensive
I'm
team
telling you,
than the
that's a
Houston.
playoff team that we face tonight. That's a playoff team, Mr. Smith. No doubt in my mind that the Magic are gonna make the playoffs.
Right? They're gonna be some people who watch the game and they will say, "Well, Giannis was having kind of a rough game in the beginning." Giannis wasn't having a rough game. Giannis was forced into a rough game
By
by
the
a dude
defense.
I would
Isaac.
love to have on Milwaukee. That is what you're looking for in your backup big or even a starting big. That dude had Giannis's number. Very few times did someone straight up have Giannis's number for most of the night and Giannis
Right.
actually be. Because I thought Giannis was playing well. He started the game
Mm-hmm.
out with good energy. So I see there's some people who were griping about the Bucks. Here's what I saw, right? I think there are multiple things that could be true all at the same time. People just see an incident from different angles, right? I saw a Bucks team that knew that this Magic blew them out, right? And knew that they were good. So they came out playing full tilt,
Right.
right? Giannis
Hmm.
said, give me the ball and get out the way as soon as they started the
I
game.
agree.
Give me the ball, get out the way. It is entirely possible, and I think this is what happened. I think the Bucks got gassed a little bit.
Yep.
And they started sucking wind early. Now, here's where I really enjoy this win. I've watched this Bucks team lose games like that. They just run out of gas, right? Because at that point, you don't have the requisite energy to
Right.
lock in and focus, hit shots, and get the rebounds and do all that stuff. It's not for lack of trying. You just don't have any oxygen in your legs
Yeah.
left. They're gone,
And they had to
right?
wait for their second win. Yep.
Right. You know what I mean? So a lot of the complaining that I may have on other nights, I'm not going to have it this night other than the fact that I understand why they went on the elliptical machine and went full tilt right from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
They went straight level 10
And I'm
on
not
the
too
elliptical.
mad at that because I'd rather they come out with that type of energy. They come out lethargic and then we got to fight back from a 15-point deficit or something like that. I
Yep,
do want to
yep, yep.
commend the Bucks for these last few games during this win streak that they are coming out with purpose in the first quarter.
Better and
Yeah, they're coming
better
out with
and
purpose in the first quarter. So that is a positive that I've seen on this win streak that we do need to commend the Bucks on is that they're definitely coming out with more energy in this first quarter, which is key because I believe prior to that we were coming out lazy,
crap,
lethargic, and
crap.
we're getting big deficits. So that is a positive though.
That's when I would start cursing at the TV now. But it did create a problem, right? It did because now the Magic are getting back into it. The
Mm-hmm.
Magic are a younger team than us at all
Facts.
as far as their key contributors, right? Their key contributors versus our key contributors. It seems like we're way older than those guys, right? We got a lot more basketball years on it.
Yep.
So if we start off too fast, that could be like what ends up breaking us.
Right.
What I saw was for about a quarter and a half, I was thinking it's
Salute,
going to
Saul.
be one of those. I was doing the same thing that Daniel was saying. I was like, wow, man, Brook is looking bad out here, man. He's getting cooked there's no gray area. He's either blocking shots or he's getting he's either blocking shots or he's getting eaten. There's no in between. Whereas it used to not be that. He used to either block shots or alter shots.
Right.
He's not altering anything. That's what it looked like for about a quarter and a half. But then the Bucks, there was a play for me that was the microcosm of the game, right? Giannis gets the ball down in the post. I think this happened in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Jonathan Isaacs. I think that's his first name,
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan. He blocked Giannis twice in a row in like 3 seconds. I can't remember the last time that happened, right?
He's athletic, man. He's very athletic.
It's facts. And like I said, he made me into a fan tonight, right? And so
To be
One
honest,
thing
not to
that
cut you off, Mr. Smith, it was a lot of people in the offseason for Bucks Nation. They wanted to trade for Jonathan Isaac. He was one of the people mentioned. It was Jonathan Isaac. What was it, Dale? Mo Bamba, and maybe yeah, it was those two that people were mentioning the most. So
but Mo
the Bucks
Bamba,
Nation is aware of Jonathan Isaac.
I'm cool on Mo Bamba, and he's from Harlem too. But I am, but Jonathan Isaacs, I'd have took Jonathan Isaacs. But here's my point. What did Giannis do? Giannis, I think it was either next possession or one right after that. When he got the ball down there again, he set his shoulder right in Isaac's chest and went up and pulled the ball off the rim. See, that kind of fight, that's the kind of win. It's not always going to be us beating a team by 30.
Correct.
That's what ball is supposed to be. It's supposed to be increasing levels of difficulty. Orlando has leveled up. They are not last year's Orlando.
Facts.
Last year, I remember playing this team when we were still in the load management era. And I seem to remember it was Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez out there by themselves because Giannis, Chris wasn't back from injury. Giannis was hurt, and Drew was hurt. Load management, right? They took the Orlando for a joke, and for obvious reasons, they still won that game without their big three. You can't do that this year.
No, facts. Much improved.
No, you're good.
All hands on deck are needed to beat this team, but we did beat this team.
That's what's important.
So people complaining about Pat. You know, I'd let Pat have it if he was having one of them nights. Pat is not ideal physically for this matchup, right? He's shorter, he's got shorter arms, yet I saw him outfight people for rebounds like 4 or 5 times. Go up and get offensive rebounds and keep a play alive. Shout out to Pat Connaughton. This is the fist fight basketball that we need. I saw Beasley, who I'm always on, with that low, ridiculous sumo wrestler stance that he calls the defense. Yet he was able to pop out of it and stay in front of one of the shiftier point guards in the league, and Greg Anthony Jr. Right? This is not stuff that I was expecting. I was like, oh no, Beasley's on Greg Anthony. Oh no, I'm thinking he was going to get hit for like
Cole Anthony.
Points.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cole Anthony. My fault, Cole. But I thought Cole was going to go off for 30, 40 points. I see Beasley on him. Beasley was shuffling his feet. No one is ever going to confuse this dude for Scottie Pippen or Cole.
Facts.
Right? But he fought tonight.
A little bit,
I will salute the fight. Salute to the Magic for making the Bucks fight. That was a fist fight of a game.
I'm gonna tell you what it was. This team brought out the pride in the Bucks of all the players. Even though they weren't playing well, they were all fighting. It wasn't nobody that wasn't fighting. So that's I think in general. I don't want to just count just Pat and Beasley, but the team in general was for the most part fighting. I mean, we know Brook can't really move, so that's a whole different conversation. But as far as you say with Beasley, Pat, they were at least fighting and putting in effort.
But here's even with Brook, right? So Brook is sitting there getting flambéed. Everyone saw it. He's getting flambéed in the first half. He starts off the second half with 2 big blocks.
Right.
He said, I'm going to get that timing right at some point. And he's not going to stop fighting. Brook was sucking wind. At the end of the game, his hands was on his knees. But he's fighting out there, right?
But why is that? Because we got your brother on the team. If we would have been able to use that spot for another big man, maybe somebody could come in there and give you a breather. But we don't, because you got to have your brother with you. So you know what I'm saying?
But the point that I'm making, and I definitely hear everything you're saying, right? I just wanted to start off with the positive first, right? Because the point I'm making is that Brook, one of the older guys on this team, if not the oldest, one of the older guys in this league was out there with youngins who were running laps around him in the first half. And he came out and he fought. Marjon Beauchamp went and yacked it on a couple of people. Like, this Magic team brought it out of the Bucks tonight. Because I've seen the Bucks lose games like this in the past.
Facts.
They did not lose. So it did not look pretty. But for someone who, my entire family are all Knicks fans. So I grew up watching the Knicks, though I am not a Knicks fan, right? But it's those types of, the Anthony Mason,
Mm.
Charles Oakley, Xavier
Greg
McDaniel, like
Anthony. Greg Anthony.
fist fight basketball, right? Sometimes it could be
Literally.
like that.
Right.
Sometimes it's like that,
God
right?
rest his soul,
You
though.
want
Right.
to know your team has it in them. Now, I think we know that in spots we have it. We definitely know that Giannis has it. But we also know that sometimes we could get to brushing our waves or whatever. Right now, case in point, Phoenix is having a big problem with that because they got a lot of flamboyant players, a lot of finesse
Mm-hmm.
players. They're soft as Charmin.
Right.
Just as
Facts.
soft as can get, right? There was a time when there were people who were on the verge of putting the Bucks in that category because you get a team like Miami to come in and slap us in the mouth, we don't know what to do. You get a team
Facts.
like Boston to come in and slap us in the mouth, we
There's
don't
a
know what
different
to do.
amount of toughness on this team this year. That I will say. There's a different toughness versus the Bud era on this team.
So that's what I saw. It wasn't pretty in the first. I think I don't know if you guys can hear it. My voice is almost gone because in the
Right.
first half, I'm sitting there like, come on, man, like it can't be this easy, Brooke. They're scoring on you at will. It can't be
At
this
will.
easy. Come
They
on,
were shooting
get
like
rebound.
80. I was doing the math. It was like 80% they were shooting against Brook in the first half. Like it was crazy.
I had
Crazy.
So
Those
I had
Wagner dudes ain't no joke though. Let's give them their credit. Both of them Wagner brothers is solid.
solid. I had told how bad it got, man. I was like, man, I cannot watch this right now. I need to walk
Right.
away.
For a hot right.
you know what I mean? So there's a difference. There's a difference. I've seen teams or games where listen, when we lost to the Bulls, I don't want to hear nothing about the Bulls. That was all the Bucks, and let's start the bash and cesting right off the top. When we were losing by 26 points to the Portland Trailblazers, I don't want to hear nothing about the Trailblazers. That had nothing to do with them. That had everything to do with them.
Dude, yep.
When we got blown off the court by the Toronto Raptors, I don't want to hear anything about the Raptors. That had nothing to do with the Raptors. That had everything to do with us. If we would have lost tonight, it would have been because the Magic came and played ball. They were balling.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a closer on that team, and yet right on up until the end, they were right with us. They have no closers. That was one of their problems. Was that there's something different about the clutch. Everyone gets a little bit tight and whatnot. We were executing. They were not. It was as simple as having someone like Dame who, even if my shot is not falling 100%, I'm going to get to the free throw line and get my 2 points in that way.
And that's why we have Dame, just to piggyback. That's the difference when you have a person like Dame down the stretch. He's gonna make the right decision. He's either gonna get the shot, make it, and one, or the free throws. But something positive is going to happen with the ball in Dame's hand. That is the value.
Absolutely.
Dame didn't have the best night, but he had timely shots. That's what Dame does. He can steady the ship. When we're struggling, he'll hit a key shot to steady the ship. That's the difference when I say it's levels. Dame is at the apex. You got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, he just dropped another 25 playing, and dropped 25. Giannis almost dropped 40 again playing, This team is wild dangerous. This team is wild dangerous. We got nothing from the bench. Nobody on the bench scored double figures. Nothing.
That is that for me,
part,
right? Because I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Man.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Oh, my bad. I was excuse me. I'm gonna pick up what Mr. Smith. This team needs to. I'll just hit my guy in my head, but yeah, dang. Now this guy, that's not.
There we go.
You guys keep me up. I got
it. Go ahead, Daniel.
I'm sorry. This is why we got Dame, because of what like we said, he's a clutch guy, and you can't crush Chris Middleton doing this every night. He can't, because he's not going to be that guy every night. And Bucks knew if they don't get that guy, then he'll have to be honest, pretty much scoring 40 points a game, and you can't do that. You need to save his legs, trying to make sure we play more than 65 games with these new rules now. Can't just. If you got a bruised knee, you better get in there.
You better get in there. Right. I just like that we fought. We're showing more fight. Like, I will say this, regardless of what we say about Griffin, there is a different toughness and mindset on this team versus under the leadership of Bud. I do think it's a different toughness, a different fight. That could be because of the players acquired, but I do believe that is due to I will give Griffin credit to that. I do see the toughness and playing with some heart and some tenacity, and also how we're playing down the stretch, the execution. Maybe that I will give Griffin props. We were a team that wasn't that good in past years in the fourth quarters and closing down the stretch. We got to be real. We were a little sketch. And now I trust us more than any other team in the NBA. Like in my mind, if we're down by 5 and it's 4 minutes left, we're up by 5 in my mind. I'm like, oh, we straight. You know what I'm saying? Under Bud, I wouldn't have felt that way. Now I'm like, oh, we straight. I'm not even really tripping. I'm not worried at all. You know what I'm saying? So the mentality and the philosophy on this team has definitely changed for the better over past years. So that is a positive that I will say about Griffin.
So I
I would
give you
like
an
to add,
example.
I would like to add something. Sorry about that, Mr. Smith. One more thing, right, Amma, before I go, I got slide out just in case someone will call in just
Okay.
before I go.
Okay.
Like what I would like to say, right, Mr. Smith and Daniel, right? It will be very good to make me feel more happy when we find other guys who we could get to step up to help Giannis, Dame, and Middleton. So when we play Boston, so we don't have to. Because I watched that game against the King last night. Oh man, they destroyed the King. They had but 4 fellas and would score 20 points apiece.
Mm-hmm.
We need to four of them. You had Derek White, Drew Holiday, Jalen Brown, and Christoph Porzingis. All of them had like 20-something points last night. So we is the only team what could stop Boston from hanging that banner 18 in the gardens. And we have
It's
to
the
get
Bucks. We're the only
we
team
have
that
to
can stop them.
I feel like this is a Star Wars moment, right? When Yoda is looking at Luke fly off and is like, "That was our last hope," and there is no. We are the right. That's like the evil dark side, right? We are the.
That was hilarious. Shout out to Mr. Smith for Star Wars bars. Shout out to Mr.
Right,
Smith for Star Wars bars. Go ahead.
right. I
Right
definitely think we are the last Skywalker, right? And
Right.
the Nuggets. Here's to what you were saying, Gibson, right? Here's what
right.
I'm gonna give them props, especially if I was on them before, right? And I see this comment that's just coming up. Beasley is useless if he's not making a shot. It's not always, and sometimes I have to remind myself of
Mm-hmm.
this as well, because I said the same thing about Chris Middleton. I agree with everything that you said, Amara, about Damian Lillard, and I think it could apply to Chris Middleton tonight. It's when you're getting your points.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you're getting your points. Chris Middleton started getting his points when everyone else was struggling. And everyone else was struggling because Orlando was playing good defense. To me, there is a difference between the Bucks coming out and playing like shite, which we've done in the past, and a team really taking it to us. Orlando is legit a top 5 defense, if
Facts.
not top 8, right? And it's how they match up against us. So I'm
Yeah,
going to
their
use
side.
another game as an example, right? Because matchups make for fights, right? For whatever reason, Golden State matches up outstandingly against Boston, and they're in Boston's head a little bit,
Right.
right? So Boston, all that they do, they have problems with Golden State. Here's where the Bucks fans are not gonna like me, but I'm gonna say the truth. The Celtics are not intimidated by us the way that they are intimidated by the Warriors. I
Right.
think we're a better team than the Warriors, but the Warriors are in their heads. Celtics are in our
All right.
heads,
That's a
right?
fact.
Right. We got to
Right.
work it out. And what I mean by that is people start doing uncharacteristic things. Now, you can switch that off and then show the team something different, right?
Right.
But here's what I mean by when I say toughness. Toughness is not just I'm going to go out and start a fight. That anybody could do that. Toughness is being able to stick to your assignments and stay focused in the face of increasing levels of difficulty, right? I've been on Beasley all year.
Mm-hmm.
Got on the bandwagon when I saw his defense was starting to improve just a little bit. And then someone showed me where this dude is sitting there celebrating in that Pacer game when the Pacers are running right by us. And I was right back off the Beasley bandwagon. First game back, he looked like shite. That was the last game. This game, everyone was having a hard time. Not because, in my opinion, they were having bad nights, but because you have a Orlando Magic team that legitimately, I think, at the end of the year will be top 5 defensively. I
Absolutely.
don't think the
And a
Rockets are
playoff team. And a playoff team.
that was they were like going up against the Eagles on defense or something. Like they were so long,
Right.
and they're so fast. They're not just long; they're young and long.
Long and
That
fast,
dude
yeah.
is a potential defensive player of the year. That's how impressed I was by him.
Mm-hmm.
Who was one of the people who came up with a shot when everyone was having a hard time? I saw Beasley tuck the ball in his arm, look like a running back, step through traffic, and hit a floater. I didn't even know that was in his bag.
Right.
Made that
Timely
shot.
shots.
Made the shot in the fourth quarter.
Timely shots. Timely shots.
And that's coming from you, who I was like, get him on the bus and get him out of here. That's the stuff that will make me shut up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the stuff that'll make me take it back.
Timely shooting. Timely shooting from our veterans. Timely shooting from our veterans.
Timely in the face of adversity. That was real adversity, not self-inflicted adversity, because we're playing like bozos and now we're down by 26 points to the Blazers. That's self-inflicted. Playing like bozos when the Celtics are playing us off the court because we didn't even know that we were in a game until Jaylen Brown is running back after having dunked the ball. Everybody's like, oh, well, I didn't hear the whistle.
Right.
That was self-inflicted.
Right.
That was self-inflicted.
Hold on one second, Mr. Smith. Hold on one second. Bucks Nation, come on. It's almost 100 of y'all on here. Let's hit the like button. We only have 53 likes. Let's get them likes up. Y'all hear all this good game being spit right after the game. Come on, Bucks Nation. Support the podcast. Support Bucks Nation. Let's get them likes up, y'all. Salute.
So here's why I'm thankful to the Magic and why I'm so impressed by this game. Because to me, I thought that was our best game of the year. Over the Mavericks when we beat them, over the Heat, over these types of teams are the wave of the future.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you ain't on it, you better get on it. These teams with like these 10-foot wingspans.
OKC would be their parent team in the West. OKC is built like that. They have size and length, which is why they out there getting people up out of there. Giddey is like 6'9", 6'10" as a shooting guard. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is like 6'8". And then you got Chet. That team is they're a problem.
The Clippers, the Nuggets, all of the best teams, the Lakers, right? Mm-hmm. Even though the Lakers are kind of middle of the pack, I think the Lakers are middle of the pack because they just don't believe in playing hard in the regular season. But when they play hard, this is the problem that teams have. The Celtics, this is the problem that the teams are giving way back now. This is when the Bucks really started, like, I like this team.
Right.
We were the ones doing that to everybody else. This is back when we had John Benson.
Right, yeah. Henson.
Thon Maker.
Yeah, Henson, yeah.
We were the originators because people weren't doing that kind of stuff back then. Not really. Now that's everybody doing it.
Thon Maker was 35 as a rookie. Go ahead, though.
And our team kind of fell off that because now we got guys who physically can't match up.
Right.
It's not lack of effort, right? I know Pat got it earlier. I was listening to it. Pat played his ass off tonight within his ability. This dude went up through a crowd of people and was getting rebounds.
He has his moments. He has his moments.
He was fighting. He's out there fighting. Now, if you're going to go down, because you're not going to win every game, right? If you're going to go down, then go down swinging at the target. Don't go down like this.
Right.
Go down
Facts, Marvin.
While we're trying to knock somebody out.
Right.
And that's what they're shaping up to be. We were punching back. This type of win, us having to figure it out, those are the type of wins that get us more equipped to beat the Miamis of the world.
Correct.
And the Boston of the world.
Salute, Eliza. Salute, Eliza.
You see what I'm saying? These are the teams. When I was talking about Beasley and you get him on the bus and get him out of here, is because of games teams like them. It's like I was foreseeing it. You're gonna play those games and you're gonna have a rude awakening against those teams if you keep playing like this. If you keep slack assing on defense and you think These teams will humiliate you on national TV. Those will be the nationally televised games, and everyone's going to be like, "Oh, I thought Dame and Giannis were supposed to have it together or whatever."
Right.
But then they play teams like this, and they remind us that we do have answers. So you need to see we do have answers. They dug down and they fought hard. I'm very impressed with the win tonight. I'm very, like I said, I just saw
Against
it
a
differently.
quality team.
I just saw
Sometimes
it differently. It was,
I appreciate the heart that we
yeah.
showed, the grind, the grit. They needed to show some grit to get this win. And these type of wins build character, and that's what's on this win streak. What I like about this win streak, y'all, that's most impressive is that we're winning different types of ways, close games, blowouts. It's all different. It's not the same formula, and I do feel like in years past it was the same formula. We were bombarding you with threes, or Giannis is just going off. I think now our secret sauce is variety. We can beat you in a variety of ways now. Sometimes Dame can go off and just carry us. Sometimes Giannis can go off. Sometimes Middleton will pick his spots and start dominating in the fourth. Sometimes Bobby P comes out strong, or maybe Lopez has a good game. We have a multitude of ways to kill you now versus before. I feel like we were we were too one dimensional for the most part. You know what I'm saying? It was just bombing threes, and if the threes weren't hitting, we were gonna get cooked. Now I do like the versatility that we have as far as the players, the scoring, even Beasley. Because the thing is, Beasley get hot, he gonna go for 30. Beasley get hot, he gonna go for 30. Period. And if Bobby get cooking in the first quarter or something like that, he gonna have 20 and 10. We do have a lot of talent. It's just having it structured properly. And that's kind of where my issue is with Griffin. It's kind of like how he's using people when he's using them in the rotations. I do think that does need to be tighter. The rotations irk me a little bit. I get it. He's figuring it out. It's the first half of the season, but I do want to see that improve in the second half of the season as far as rotation and consistent minutes, especially for people like Andre Jackson Jr. If he's not playing, you got to tell the people. That's what I'm saying. They need to have me up in these presses. I'll ask the real hard questions. They be throwing these softball questions to Griffin. Hey, first question. Hey, what's up with Ajax? Why was he not playing? Is his back hurt? We need to know, because that don't make any sense to us. I'm not saying Pat wasn't fighting or nothing like that. He was playing well, but I think if we had Ajax in some of those positions, it would have even been better. More production. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing that I could think of, and the closest that he would come to a logical explanation, and I would still disagree with that, right, is that this Magic team was just that good enough tonight that we needed people out there who knew the playbook just a little bit better.
That's fair. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I don't think it's enough, but it's a fair point, though.
And like I said, I would have disagreed with that, right? Mm-hmm. But they were, like I said, that was to me even more than the Boston game. That was the toughest defense that we going up against this year. They just match up excellently against us. Like I said, that was the most trouble that I saw Giannis have. Mm-hmm. The entire Boston included, Philly included, and that's just back when Philly still had PJ, who does, because of his low center of gravity and he's powerful, can give Giannis some problems. Right? We really had to figure it out. And I don't know that you could always give that shine, although I disagree. But he's going to make the argument. He could make the argument that we needed everyone to really know the plays tonight. You know what I mean?
Fair. Like, this is an interesting comment, though. Hold on one second, Mr. Smith. Fletcher12 said, "What up, and the formula to beating Boston Celtics is to run the offense through Middleton and slow the game down." Hold on. I thought that was interesting. Slow the game down and interchangeably run fast break, transition, offense, defense. That's an interesting perspective. Interesting.
Kind of. I think the formula to beating Boston is to hit them in the one place that they made themselves weak. They don't have a lot of size.
Correct.
They did that
post. So Lopez should be killing Boston. Lopez should be one of our main scoring options against Boston.
Well, that's what happened. This is what I was a little upset with Coach Griffin, because I think he caught on to that a little too late. If you go back and you watch that game, it got to be a point where they were just rampaging in the middle. So it was like a stampede in the middle, and it was almost reckless. But they had to be like a reckless abandon where it was just Giannis and Brook, and Giannis and Brook, and we're just going to pound and pound and pound and pound and pound, and it has to be super physical. So a game like that, You're not going to outshoot Boston. So get that out of your head now, right? Those guys, that's what they're designed to do, right? They
Two
shoot.
threes all
They
day.
lost to the Warriors trying to shoot them out of the gym. They that in their mind they think they could do that. They're going to outshoot the Warriors. The Warriors. They really thought they could
They,
do that.
hey, I appreciate the confidence in them for trying it though. You gotta appreciate the confidence.
But they weren't
I'm
that
going to
far
drop
off.
out. I
That's
can
the
drop
thing,
out and
right?
let someone
Okay.
call in the chat.
All right,
Peace
there
and
you go.
love. Peace
All
and
right.
love. Mr. Smith.
All
Peace and
right,
love. And
salute,
let someone
salute,
else
salute.
call
All
in.
right.
Salute, brother.
Let me switch this
Salute,
up.
brother.
Hold on. Let me tap you back in, Mr. Smith, 1 second. All right, hold on. Let me put Daniel back. There we go. All right, gentlemen.
But they almost did it. This is what I mean when I say toughness, right? Because the Celtics brought it out of the Warriors. The Warriors have been playing like doo doo here lately. Everybody knew it. They thought that it was a team full of turmoil.
Mm-hmm.
Is Draymond? What is he out there doing? Is he auditioning for the WWE? What's going on, right? Clay playing himself
Bro, we
right off
got
the court.
night, bro.
What happened, right? And then the Celtics go up there, and that was a candidate for Game of the Year. And two of them happened at the same time. One down here in my neck of the woods when the Grizzlies played the Pelicans, and the other one going on at the same time, Boston playing Golden State. Klay Thompson played the best game that he's played all year.
Facts.
Steph Curry hits a game-winning shot by shooting the ball straight up in the air. It looked like him shooting off a firecracker, and it goes in, right? But they brought it out of them. That's what it is to be tough. In the face of supreme adversity, the Celtics are the best team in the league so far this year by record. By
Facts.
record, because I still think it's the Bucks, but they're going to bring it out of you. So do you fold in the face of that? We don't have Draymond. Steph Curry is running around on 5 fouls for the entire second half. Our younger guys cannot compete with their first 6. They got one of the best defenders of this generation out there in Drew playing on the perimeter. Do we fold or do we figure it out? And that's when you have guys like Jonathan Kuminga making steals in the center of the court. I didn't even know that was in his bag. That's when you have guys that I can't even remember their names getting blocks on Jaylen Brown's. Toughness. Translate that to this game. Beasley's been on everybody's doghouse all game. No one is making shots in the fourth quarter. And this dude literally pulled the ball like a running back, pulled the ball. He was going to shoot the 3, pulled it down, said, my team doesn't need that. Running backs the ball into the paint and shoots over people with hands outstretched. When he was having a shooting night. Toughness, man. I like it. That's what I'm saying. Yes, it wasn't perfect. Yes, I got some smoke for Griffin because unless Ajax is injured, what are you doing, man? I don't get that at all.
Yeah, I need an
But
explanation. Eliza, we know Middleton is going to be a lifer here because that Giannis boy. We're just saying that he's definitely lost a step and his lateral movement has definitely diminished. That's all that we're saying, Eliza. And if we could have traded him instead of Drew, that would have been the optimum scenario. Is all we're saying, Eliza. Carry on, sir.
oh yeah, and I think that's everybody. Brooke has lost a step. Like I said, Brooke used to. If he wasn't blocking a shot, he
What
was
up,
ultimately
Driz? Yeah, I
right.
agree.
He's not doing that this year. He's either blocking the shot or he's getting cooked. So he's lost just a little bit of a step. Chris Middleton has lost just a little bit, right? Uh, Dame, for all that he is I don't know if he's lost it because he just kind of plays cool and smooth, but he's older as well, right? So they're not the replacements, right? We're not talking about guys who are all like 38, 39 years old, right? But we are playing up against teams
That are
that
young.
were like some of the guys when Brooks first started playing in the NBA was still in elementary school. That's
Facts.
the reality of the Bucks.
Right.
You know what I mean? Can we figure out a way to get around these types of teams? And with the way that we were playing defense earlier, I was worried about that. I'm encouraged by what it is I saw, even in an ugly game. These are my type of wins.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely no. That's why I said we should be happy about the win. We didn't play good. We barely shot 40%. We shot under 30% from 3. But again, great teams find a way to win, and that's what this is inspiring me to believe more into the Bucks because you didn't play your best game. Things weren't going your way. The other team was getting off on you, giving you problems, but you found a way to bite down and get the win. Like I said, this team this year has a different toughness than years past. Like I said, no disrespect me. We don't want a championship, all of that. But the toughness that I see and the ability to close in the fourth is different than it's been in years past. And I think that's what's going to get us over the top to get us a championship. It's going to be how we are performing in these fourth quarters. It's damn near historic. The Bucks, if the Bucks, dude, the Bucks in the fourth quarter is a problem. If we got the lead, it's almost over with. It's pretty much over with. If the Bucks have the lead in the fourth quarter, you might as well book it. It's gonna take a historic effort by you to beat the Bucks. We execute like no other in the fourth. As the game gets tighter, we get better. Like from that 5 minute mark on, we're elite on all facets. That's offense, that's defense, that's passing, rebound. We are elite for that last 5 minutes of the game. And that's the most important parts of the game. And that's where we'll beat Boston is in them last 5 minutes. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Because we'll be able to execute. We're used to it. That's what we do. We've had so many close games early in the season where we needed to execute down the stretch to win it, and we've done it. So that's in our DNA now. All we're doing is infusing in our DNA more championship DNA. How to close, how to win, timely shots by our veterans. You just mentioned it, Mr. Smith. Beasley hitting timely shots.
Yes.
Connaughton, timely rebounds. Middleton, he scored 14 points, but if you watch the game when the 14 points happened, they were all they were either stopping a run or keeping the lead. It was those timely shots that you need, and that's where Middleton excels at. We can't expect Middleton to be scoring 20 points a game. That's not what we can get from him anymore. What we can get from him, though, is timely shooting. And to Middleton's respect, he knows when it's his time to step up. He waits his turn out. He waits his turn. Middleton waits. He's not out there just gunning. He's like, okay, they don't need me. I'm going to chill. I think he knows he's lost a step, but when he needs when he needs to turn it on, he'll turn it on. Okay, they not really hooping. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do my 1-2. Because don't forget, Middleton is still one of the best mid-range shooters in the NBA. He's got to be top 2. Him and DeRozan are interchangeable as far as mid-range. Like,
and it's the win. It's the win. I've been saying that. It's the win. And that is Middleton's value on the team, right? Everyone can't play together when it comes to like big talent because sometimes people don't know how to be talented, how to be themselves alongside someone else. You start stepping on someone else's shot, right? You know what I mean? So he knows he's so complimentarily. That's not even a word. He's so excellent in a complimentary way.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's not an easy thing to do, right? Look at, for the football fans, the fact that Peyton had Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne at the same time. At the same time.
Edgerrin James, that is? Dallas Clark.
But they were so complimentary to one another. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just the win. When can I turn on? And he's so good at that. He's so smart at that. He does have his issues. There are sometimes when he starts dribbling the ball, and I think he feels like he skipped to Malou in Rucker Park, and it could be a little bit too much sometimes, right? He has lost a step, but where he is outstanding, and it's not just his scoring. It's knowing who to make the pass to, the alley-oops to Brook, the alley-oops to Giannis, the give and goes, knowing how to go off of a pick and roll with Dame.
He's in a comfortable position at this time of his career of what he's doing. I think he's in a very comfortable position right now for Middleton. He doesn't have all the pressure on him. He can just come in, pick his spots, and do what he does without the media just coming down. Because before, I felt there was a lot of pressure on Middleton because he was technically our second best player. He needs to score more. Because I was one of like, man, what are you? You only giving us 18 nights, and you are our second best player. What? But now in this position as a third, fourth option, he's beautiful in that position.
Yeah, you gotta remember he went through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think early last year, I believe. And then his knee injury. So it was a lot of mental with that time.
Yeah, true. I agree with that. But, no, I said that, Eliza. I said that earlier. Drew has lost a step as well. He's not the same as he once was. I agree with that wholeheartedly. He's not just shutting people down anymore. I've been seeing Drew get cooked a few times this year. I agree with that. He's still a good defender, but he's not like I'm scared anymore. I'm not scared of Drew. You know what I'm saying? I've seen too many people have their way with Drew. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's how he's playing, what he's doing, what he's asked to do. But I do feel like he's lost a little bit of a step, in my opinion. What you think, Mr. Smith and Daniel?
Well, I just think that he's on. Again, Drew went from one high platform team to another high platform team as well, right? And so sometimes being able to play with speed, what allows you to be able to play with speed is knowing what you're doing, knowing where you're going, right? That
Mm-hmm.
was one of the reasons why we were playing slow, right? In the very beginning of the season, and people were just kind of running around like, I don't know what I'm doing, right? In football, you say if you're going to make a mistake, at
Mm-hmm.
least make it fast, right? Because when you use, you're playing
Right.
slow, right? Um, and there's some potentially some credence to that. Drew is older than Chris. Quiet as it's kept. I know a lot of people forget
I
that because
forgot.
they go,
Right.
"Hey,
Right.
Drew's the same age as me." Yeah,
Right.
Drew's the same age as, right? He's older. Where Drew is still powerful is that Drew is a bull, man. He's
Right.
strong. So I saw when the Bucks were playing him, Giannis was backing up and bouncing off Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn it. I saw that and I was like, I miss this dude on my team because he is like hitting a brick wall. Now, Giannis figured it out and was still able to do his stuff. But look, I'm never going to be with the Bash Drew session thing.
Oh,
And
agreed.
believe me,
Agreed.
yeah, if
He's a
we could
big
have
reason
kept
we won
Drew,
a championship. He made some historic defensive plays that'll always be remembered, and he's
Oh,
part of the reason we got a banner
yeah,
up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, salute
yeah,
to Drew for sure. But I do
for
think this
sure.
team is good enough to hang a banner, and I think they will. I'm very interested. I think the big thing, and everybody was mentioning in the chat, and I've been mentioning this buyout market could really swing the pen. I know most times they say that the buyout market they really doesn't swing the pendulum. If we get the right piece, it can swing the pendulum more in our favor than the Celtics. Like right now, I think us versus the Celtics is like 55-45. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with
yeah.
that. I don't think any player that they get is not going to crack their top six. Their
Right.
top six is
Right.
special.
Right.
Like, I,
Right. Facts.
and I'm saying that, and I know that they're like the top op, but I don't think it makes you any less of a person by admitting what it is that other team does really well. That team, but where they're weak, we are strong because we can bruise them up.
Right.
And I think one of the things that happens to them is that their top two players can have like these what is happening to their shooting moments, right? They've had that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Oh.
What's not working in our favor is that they don't do that with us because they've lost that intimidation of us with the I'm
Put
getting
him back.
smaller and smaller.
Oh, hold on. There we go. I pressed the wrong button.
Right?
My bad.
Um where uh where I think the Bucks can be encouraged in that game against the Celtics. And maybe it's because the Celtics let the foot off the gas. I don't really care what happened. I just know that we were getting blown off the court, and we did get the score down to within three,
Mm-hmm.
close to the end of that game. And it was just by playing almost recklessly, abuse them type basketball. And that's where
Right.
all of their elements were in there. So we can't say Kristaps was out of the game. He was there. Can't say Al Horford was out of the game. He was there. And we were still bullying them eventually.
You,
Now,
you
if
know
we
what? If
can,
you pay attention, Mr. Smith, and I don't know if you mentioned this before, but the Bucks when they play a team the second time, they execute a lot better. It's like they figure you out. The
I was
first
just,
game, you know what I'm
I was
saying?
just get to that. We've gotten it back now on everyone that's beaten us, right? We lost 6 times, 7 times, right? Who are the
Mm-hmm.
7 teams that beat? Right? You got the Celtics, you got the Magic, you got the
Mm-hmm.
Hawks, you
Yep.
got the Raptors. Who else? We got the
Damn.
Pacers.
Yeah, Pacers. Yeah.
That's the 6, and we lost the 7th time to somebody else.
Damn. Who did
Who's
we
that
lose
seventh?
to? Let me figure that out. I'm gonna try to look. Hold on. I be putting that out of my mind as losing. Let me try to see. Well, let me try to check the schedule here real quick. Hold on. Let me go over here and try to figure out what's going
They,
on with the Bucks.
And the
every
only
team.
reason I'm bringing that up is because
Oh,
we've
we lost
gotten
against the Bulls. The Bulls is the seventh one.
the
Yeah.
Bulls. I can't believe I forgot that. I was so hot behind that. But we have auto corrected with everyone. I'm not saying that it's going to be an easy game with the Pacers, but I think we have them figured out.
Yeah.
It's certainly not going to be an easy game against the Magic, but I think we
We
have them
had to
figured
figure.
out.
No, I definitely
We
agree. Definitely
we
agree.
played the Heat twice. We've beaten them twice, but the Heat are always going to be a problem with us because they match up
Always.
well
They
against.
match up. Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. But I'm gonna get to
You
this
see what
comment
I'm saying?
section before I get up out of here, gentlemen. So I just want to get y'all final words. I'm gonna go with you first, Daniel. Then you take us home, Mr. Smith.
All right. I was gonna say that agree with you guys. Analysis of this. What the Bucks are doing. I also want to say that this team has been playing better the second time they face his opponent. Like you guys just said,
Mm-hmm.
and it seemed to me they're reading film. They're watching film. They're watching what they're doing wrong. And that shout out to the Bucks, Bucks team and Griffin for doing that. We still gonna question your lineups, but adjustment.
Yep, I definitely would say that. He definitely makes more adjustments than Bud. I will say that for without a shadow of a doubt. I would say that.
And more battle. And this team is, I think that this team is better, more battle tested than last year when we don't really play anybody. We're doing the same thing over and over, hitting your head on the wall and not
Facts.
learning to do. I think right now it's better for this team to learn to win and how different times to win. Because you said something about the fourth quarter. We sucked in the fourth quarter. We're holding our breaths in the fourth quarter last year. And
That's a
now we
fact. That's a fact. That's a
Yeah,
fact. That's a
yeah.
fact.
now you talk about fourth quarter. Oh, you in danger now. Like I'm
Right. Right. We gonna come. We coming with it in that fourth. Right. Facts. We've become a. Let's be honest. We've become a fourth quarter team.
and that's what we need to do this year. And this is what we wanted. We needed this team to be a fourth quarter team. You don't win the game first, second quarter. You won in the fourth quarter. And if you got that guy that can close the game out with Dame, I mean, you don't need Giannis going. You don't need Giannis going for like 50 every game, and that's the
I
scary
want to
part.
save his legs anyway for the playoffs. That's the thing. We need to. That's why I would love for us to have more consistent playing time with the young guys, so the older guys can get a little bit more rest, so they're more fresh for the playoffs. That's another reason, Daniel and Mr. Smith. I'm always pushing for the young guy because we gonna need them to be ready. And I know that we go people are gonna say, oh, blah blah blah. If I say what I'm about to say, the Heat always groom their young guys during the regular season so they're ready for the playoffs. Why
But it's
would we
true
not
though.
follow that blueprint? It's shown that it's worked. It's
They're
it's
right.
been working. Why would we not follow that blueprint? And we have young athletic guys that if you give they're gonna make mistakes. They're young. Beauchamp is gonna make mistakes. Ajax is gonna make mistakes. AJ Green. But if they're allowed to make those mistakes, stay on the floor and learn from them, by the time we get to the playoffs, they're gonna be some man, listen. It's gonna be a problem because we're not even really talking about them as we were talking about the postseason as far as people that can have an impact. I'm telling you right now, the playoff, Ajax can have an impact. Beauchamp can have an impact. AJ Green's shooting could be key. I'm telling you right now, AJ Green shooting, if we're giving him some run in the playoffs, could be lethal. AJ Green is anytime he shoot, I think he should be walking away. It looked like it's good money. I and for it, I just don't understand why he's not getting more tick. Mm,
Can't be loyal to too much loyalty, man. Too much to the veterans. And I think
mm.
they need to do that. They want that defense in there. Get Ajax in there.
Right, I agree with you. Let's get them likes up, ladies and gentlemen. We at 65. Let's at least try to get up to 70 likes, y'all. Shout out to Bucks Nation. Let's go, y'all. Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
Here's some good news, right? So for me, it's always going to be, am I seeing signs of improvement, even in the games where
That's
we've
true.
won,
That's
right?
true, Mr.
Are
Smith.
we signs of improvement, right? Every single team that beat us, except for the Celtics, we've gotten back on, and we look night and day different. We lost some games where they mopped the floor with us, right? The Atlanta Hawks
Mop
mopped
the
the floor with
floor
us.
with
The
us.
Raptors
Yep.
mopped the floor with us. The Magic
The
mopped the floor with us.
Mm-hmm.
The Blazers were mopping the floor with us. We needed Earth, Wind, and Fire to come back into that game, right? The second time around, no one knew.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you got
we
no.
needed it all. We
that
needed
was
Earth,
hard
Wind,
right there.
Water. We needed Captain Planet to come back in them games. We needed everybody, right? And the second time around, that team does not exist, right? The Hawks were like, wait a minute, I thought these guys were, They got Beasley and Dame in the backcourt. I thought we were just supposed to abuse these guys, and we had something a little bit extra, and we had them a little bit more
Yes.
figured out, and we had the Magic a little bit more figured out, and we had the Raptors a little bit more figured out, and we had the Pacers eventually a little bit more figured out, and
So
we got that
we
damn
gotta
ball.
give Griffin credit for that, then, Mr. Smith. As much as we
Yeah,
go in on it, we gotta give. Hey, this is an equal opportunity podcast. When you doing good, we gonna give you flowers, and then if you not, we gonna critique you. We do have to give
absolutely.
Griffin his props on that. We do look much better once we face a team the second time. Unlike Bud, Bud was rinse and repeat. If it don't work, do it better the next time so it does work versus trying to adjust. So I will give Griffin his credit there. Like I said, only thing I want Griffin to tighten up on is just the is just the rotations. That's really my main issue.
I think we really benefited from the homestand because we got more opportunity to practice and
That's
we
a key
got more
point.
opportunity for
That's a
class
key point.
session,
That's a key.
right?
That is a
So,
key point because you to
right.
piggyback off because they were all mentioned. You might have even mentioned this in a previous podcast, Mr. Smith, where they were all saying
Yeah.
we don't get to practice.
And we don't know what we're doing as a result. There's no practice, there's no classroom. So you may even get to practice, but there's no classroom session, right? And
Mm-hmm.
wait, what you gonna do? You're gonna go down in the ball hotel or set up a projector in somebody's room. It's harder to do that when you're on the road. You need like your home stand to do it. You need to be
Right.
able to put them long hours. And for the classroom session, right? For people to show film and say, this is where we're going wrong, right? This is what you need to do. This is what I'm asking for in switches and whatnot. And it's still not perfect. We still have a ways to go, coach included, because I'm just like you, Amara.
Mm.
Someone's gonna have to explain to me outside of injury why Ajax wasn't in this game. The closest that I can come to is that the Magic were playing us so well that we really needed everyone to really be
Be
married
on
to
the
their
yep the
playbook
vets. Yep,
to beat
that's
them.
fair.
That's
That's a
right,
reasonable statement to me though. That's reasonable. I can process that
right.
at least. I can process that. I can process
Because
that.
that was the best, in my opinion, that was the best defense that we've seen all year. And that's why I was encouraged because you need a steady diet of this. You don't need and we've seen what happens to this Bucks team. It just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But you've seen what happened if we get a steady diet of the freaking Washington Wizards and the Chicago Bulls, who I don't care how well they're playing everybody else. And I will give credit where it's due. I'm not giving it to the Bulls because they are still nobodies, right?
Right.
We've seen what happens when we get a steady diet of junk food.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go up against teams that can really put it to you. The
Steel
Magic are
sharpens
gonna be
steel. Steel sharpens steel.
exactly.
Going.
The Magic are gonna be somebody when they figure out if they trade into a closer, if they go out for example and get a Donovan Mitchell, that is going to be a problem. I'm
Yeah.
telling you now that if they are able to maintain that defense and get a closer, because they had everything tonight but that.
Right.
If they get closer, they're going to be a problem. We have a steady diet of it coming up. We got the Knicks twice. The
Mm-hmm.
Knicks at the time were what, the best defense in the league? I don't know if they're that anymore. I think we just played one of the best defenses in the league, but the Knicks are
Hey,
tough.
let's say this, Mr. Smith. Let's take it a step further. We've played top 10 defenses the last 3 games. We got to say the Rockets,
Right?
uh, and what? No, maybe not the Pit. And the Spurs are always going to be a solid defensive team, but we'll just say the Magic and the Rockets are very solid defense. Are very solid defensive teams. You know what I'm saying? So for us to do what we did against those type of defensive teams, like I said, steel sharpens steel. So all it's gonna do is
Yeah.
make us better in the long run. I just want these young dudes to get they tick though, man, just so they ready for the playoffs. Cause we gonna need them. We gonna need them. That's one of the things that I'm most concerned about.
Quick question.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Now, now for last year, this team was struggling to put points on the board. You don't see any game we gonna be under 100 points at any of these games this year.
no. So we have invincible plays now, right? So before
Right.
last year,
We got 2 cheat
right?
codes on the same team. 2 cheat
Right.
codes on the same team.
So if you watch
We gonna
football, right, the
game.
invincible play, for example, is what like for the Eagles when the quarterback does the sneak, you can't stop that. There's
Right.
nothing you could do with their offensive line and the way that he's built to stop them from getting the 2 yards that they may need.
Right.
For us, if Dame drops his shoulder and he gets around you, that's an invincible play. because there's no way you're stopping that, right? He's either going to get the basket or you're going to send him to the line where he's going to get his points from the line and get the basket. That's invincible so far,
If
right?
more.
What's invincible is if
I agree with that,
somehow,
Patricia.
way, anybody shoots the ball in the fourth quarter, shoots the ball off the front of that rim, and we get going in transition, and Giannis is running the point, that's an invincible play at that point. You cannot stop Giannis if you're running backwards.
Right.
You
That's impossible.
have to be already at the other end of the court, set up with an entire wall for Giannis to even think about passing the ball somewhere else. So we don't just have one invincible play. We have two invincible plays that when all else fails, right? When our scheme is not working and when our half court is not working, when all else fails, we could just say, get the ball to Dame or get the ball to Giannis in
Hey,
situations, and it's invincible. You
right.
can't stop it, right? You
Facts.
saw it with the Magic, right? Shots were harder to come by. So what did Dame do? Get the ball to Dame, and I'm going to teach Gary, what's his name, Gary Harris? I'm going to teach him a lesson. Gary Harris was sitting there. He was so demoralized. He was like, "What do I have to do? You
Right.
have to not be on the Magic right now, going up against Dame. There's nothing you can
That's
do.
it. Right. That you have to not be on his team is crazy. Right. Right. That was hilarious, Mr. Smith. Right.
There's nothing you can do. You're singling up on Randy Moss. It's nothing against you. It's just nothing you can do.
You can do right. That man is gifted.
You know what I mean?
That man is gifted.
Yeah.
He's just gifted. It is what it is.
Invincible plays. You put Calvin Johnson in the slot. That's an invincible play. There's no way you can stop that, right? So it's just right now, be encouraged by that. Now, you have to build around that because if you get too reliant on that, then
but that's why you have the Middleton, because Middleton will slip in there and hit a big shot, break your back. That's who I think is going to be big against Boston. Middleton will play big against Boston. He is the Boston killer. Let's not sleep. Middleton put up numbers every time for years now against Boston. That's one of his favorite teams. He be cooking Boston. He cooked Boston. So I am a huge proponent of Middleton against having big games against the Celtics.
But again, I'm going to speak my truth here. You know, I always do. We believe that. But what I've also noticed here is with the results, the last couple of results against Boston being what they are, I'm noticing that a bit of a complex has formed with us. We're starting to do things out of character when we play Boston. They need to know, it's not us. They need to know that as tough as Boston's front six are, their first six, that we have the tools to beat them. They're not invincible. They're very difficult to beat, but they're not invincible. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Bucks fan and this is like a wishful thinking, right? We are good in places that they're weak. We're a big team. They're not a big team. They're tall. They're not big.
I agree with that.
Like Giannis can put his shoulder down and go through every one of them dudes, Al Horford included, right? They just need to know that. They need to believe that. They need to shake this complex, this little bit of a complex that's formed, and be able to operate with grace against Boston. And what I was encouraged by was at the very end of the game, they all of a sudden they shook it off and they just said, F it, and we're going to start playing. That effort got them all the way back. It was too little too late, but it wasn't the blowout that it had been the entire game. Key in on that, we are better. We see evidence that we've gotten better because we've gotten back every loss. We've avenged. We have spun the block literally on everyone that got us at one point, except Boston.
Facts, Kenny.
And we'll see. We'll see. I believe in them, but it's not just me. They
gotta believe. Facts. That's it. Hey, that's it. Yep, facts.
We got it. Again, it wasn't just these teams beat us. They mopped us.
Right.
And we got them all back. We got teams that mopped us back. And that team does not exist anymore. That Bucks team, you had your shot. We didn't know what we were doing. We were out there we didn't know if we had the right gloves on. We didn't have the right mouthpiece on. We showed up to the wrong ring. People were looking at us like, who are these guys? That was your opportunity to get Milwaukee. Now, we had that homestand. We got everyone back. The Orlando Magic were the hardest get back so far that we've had. We even got them back. You have
Yeah.
your chance.
I agree with you, Eliza. No, facts, facts, facts. I'm gonna get to this comment section before we get up out of here. Always a pleasure to talk to these gentlemen. Shout out to
Salute,
Brandon for
fellas.
tapping
Salute.
in.
Yeah.
Salute to Daniel, the Bleacher Report boss, tapping in. Mr. Smith, legend in the
Yeah, yeah,
chat.
yeah.
What?
Salute,
Yeah.
salute,
Hey,
salute.
always appreciate y'all tapping in. Hey, y'all, we friends and
All right.
family here. Let's get them likes up, y'all. Y'all hear this? Y'all hear this knowledge being dropped by this man with this cap on? You hear this knowledge being dropped by Daniel and everybody else to tap in? Shout out to the nation, Bucks Nation. Appreciate you tapping in, gentlemen. I'm gonna get the rest of these comments and get
Salute,
out of
bro.
here. Then we back Saturday. We back Saturday, gentlemen. For Knicks.
Saturday. I
Yeah,
may be
yeah.
able. I might.
Okay.
We'll see.
Hopefully you can tap in. All right, Mr. Smith. See you, bro. All right.
All right, now.
Shout out to the gentleman. Yeah, let's get through some of these comments. Hey, Fletcher, Gibson is in the Bahamas, bro. But if he ever come to Milwaukee, I got him for a game, though, sir. Brandon said, I said, yo, we won tonight. That's what's important. Salute. Robert Brooks said, Jonathan Isaac, exactly what we need for. Oh, that would be too much if we got somebody like dude. LaFonso was good. Hey, Sal Cali, I see you, bro. What's good? LaFonso Washington said, I was watching NBA on ESPN. KP is trash talking crazy about the Bucks. That's beautiful. Because that's bulletin board material. That's all you need. I love when people talk crazy about me. All that do is put premium gas in the tank. I love when people talk crazy about me. I'm like, oh, I'm about to turn up. That's why people don't even talk crazy to me, because it ain't worth it, because I'm going to turn all the way up. I'm going to go from 0 to 100 right away. I'm going to turn all the way up. I like that. And I hope the Bucks is like that too. You use that hate and you just turn it into fuel. And that's for y'all in regular life. Anybody talking crazy, just use that as fuel to prove them wrong. And that's what the Bucks need to be. I be loving people hating on me talking crazy. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get some money. I'm about to turn up. Please keep it going. So I'm glad KP was talking crazy, because he gonna get made an example out of. Now for that, I bet you Giannis put 50 on his head. At least 45. At least 45. Eliza said, LMAO, I'm not too attached, but just saying, he does have a role that is valuable. Only if we could get a player who does that and then some would I want him traded. I understand. That's fair. That's fair. My boy RJ back right out of the UK. Respect, Amara, for the most electrifying entertainment on YouTube. Everyone get the likes up. Shout out, man. I appreciate that. Y'all heard RJ back is in the UK. It's the middle of the night there, and he on the podcast. Can we please get the likes up? Do y'all see? And I saw my boy tap in from Thailand too. ZV Tong. I saw you tap in, bro. Salute. Lakeshore exclusive. What's good, bro? We gotta get us a young big. Facts. Lakeshore said James Wiseman or Marvin Bagley. And they should be going for a Sprite Annihilators and some Sun Chips. We should be able to trade for James Wiseman or Marvin Bagley for Sun Chips, Gatorade, and some Annihilators, because don't nobody want them. So they'll be at least more athletic big, but we shouldn't have to give up much for either one of them. Robert Brooks said Cole Anthony is currently the Magic closer. I would think it's Paolo Banchero to me. Eliza said, Gibson, you look tired. He looked like he had a long day. He had to tap out, but salute to Gibson, my boy Gibson out of the Bahamas. Peace and love. Peace and love. Snakey973, what it do? Once again, Bucks bench was... I think that's Patricia to put the stat up. They only had 21 points. That is definitely... we need to get better. Jimmy Roller made it in. Salute, Jimmy Roller. What up, bro? You ain't late, bro. You on time. As long as you tap in, we appreciate you. What up, Luke? It's crazy. Milwaukee Bucks on a 6-game winning streak. Yeah, absolutely. Fletcher 12 said AJ Sun is coming in a trade with the Atlanta Hawks for Pat Connaughton and 2 second-round picks. Where you get that information from? Robert Brooks said Ajax and Beauchamps are on limited minutes. Bobby usually have a bad game against bigs with size and quickness. Payne is in and out, and Pat, who is useless, which leads to poor bench production. Oh, shout out! Robert came out with the cannon. Patricia P, that's real. Yep, the Celtics are living rent free. Facts. Fletcher 12 said all the Bucks players are unique in their own way. That's fair. I agree. Mr. 414, what it do? Mr. Smith had me dead on the Star Wars reference. Kudos to Mr. Smith. I'm a Star Wars fan, by the way. Yeah, that was funny. And it was perfect analogy, though. Perfect analogy by Mr. Smith. Salute, Mr. Smith. Nino Brown said Giddy 6'7" and Shy 6'6". Yeah, that's okay. So they a little shorter, but that's still some big guards, though. Those are still big guards, though. For in reference, Dame is 6'2", barely. Robert Brooks said, Mr. Smith, you spitting, bro. These teams are longer than athletic, and I've been preaching for us to ride that same wave for a long time. Agree. I'm on that same wave as well, Robert Brooks. You know that. Salute. Jeff, what's good? Shout out to the OC out there in Cali. When the Bucks played Detroit, some people are saying bring in Wiseman. We need to stay away from Wiseman. He's a young, but he's washed. Dude is no good. He's worse than Robin. We don't need dude. Damn, you feel like you think he's worse than Robin? Ooh. My boy Jimmy Rose said facts. Absolute. My boy Lakeshore said Ajax, man. Yeah, we need him up in there. Pass in the house. What up, Pass? What's good? You beat Boston in the post first. Thank you. That's what I said. Brooks should be killing them. They're a team that are 3-point happy. Keep it close with paint points. That gets in their head. That's how Miami did it. Facts. And we got the size with Bobby, Brooke, and Giannis. We should be destroying them in the paint. Good comment, Pass. Salute. Joel Marquez was good. Celtics are not disciplined at crunch time, and we all know how Holiday don't do jack on offense. I like this Bucks gritty win tonight. Facts. Salute. Squid said for the third option, love Chris, but he needs a pay. Oh, hey Squid, Squid, you was talking a lot of you are talking a lot of sense today. Salute to Squid. Salute to Squid. Robert Brooks said Drew definitely getting cooked on a regular basis as of this day. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on, but he definitely is been getting cooked. I agree. Ooh. Fletcher 12 said respectfully, screw Drew, it's Dame time. Yes, sir. Salute. Vaughn Alston, what's good? What's good? If I see a lot of new people in the comment section. If you haven't already, please comment, like, subscribe. We chat it up damn near every day in the comment section. I'm telling you, y'all, when I be saying friends and family, I be dead serious. They'll tell you in the chat. We chop it up all day. And if it's not on YouTube, I'm talking to Driz and them and on Instagram, Twitter, chopping it up with Pam and them. So, like, hey, this is a whole community. This is a community that we building here. So if you know real Bucks fans, make sure they, tell them to tap in, and they can literally tap in. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Bucks Nation. Solomon Pierre Johnson was good. He is a better coach than Bud. I would agree with that, even as a first year. My boy Gibson said, good night, Bucks Nation. Yeah, you look tired, fam. Get some rest. Robert Brooks said, Amber, you're absolutely correct. Them young have to be primed for utilization in the playoff. This is where Bud failed tremendously. Facts. Be safe, everyone. Blessings to all. Merry Christmas. Appreciate that, Joel. Salute to you. Yeah, happy holidays to everyone. You know what I'm saying? If you celebrate that, salute. If not, at least enjoy them days off. Because I know we all need it from work. To have them 2 days off, woo! Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Then a couple days later, you got New Year's Eve and New Year's Day off. Hey, we in a good space now. This is a good time of the year. Bucks on the 6-game winning streak. We handling business at Fiserv Forum in front of friends and family. Yeah. Charge. Hey, what up, Trent? I didn't even know you was in here. What up? Are we still bringing in an offensive assistant coach? It's been a while. No one has been hired. I don't know, man. That shit might have sailed. They might just be riding with these dudes on there. Lost Ghost Rider, what up, famo? Still not happy with the defense. We're over helping and we're really pathetic on ball defensively. Guys are just blowing by guys for easily layups and ducks. Defense almost blew this game. That's valid. We do gotta tighten up on that. Karan, what's good, bro? I said, yo, fam, what's good? Lost Ghost Rider said, I still believe we need a trade. Seems like when Giannis goes out the game, we literally cannot score. It depends on the situation, but I get what you're saying. Blue Bolt, what's good? What up? Who would give the Bucks a tougher series, Clippers or the Lakers? I would say the Lakers. Clippers has got, no matter how many good players they get, they'll fold in the playoffs. It's just something about that team, that organization. Yeah, the Lakers would probably be tougher, in my opinion. What up, Tony Jackson? Man, if we had a defense like that, oh my, yeah, exactly. 78 said, how you feel about bringing back PG and get rid of Jay Crowder? I kind of like Jay Crowder was playing well, 78. I want to see what he got. He looked really good before he got hurt. So, I know what you're saying, 78. Shout out to the General. Shout out to the LDBC. I want to say I want to ride with Crowder for now, but I get where you're going. I know what you meant, but Crowder got more offensive game than PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker, I wouldn't want to get rid of Crowder to get PJ Tucker. If we could acquire him and maybe get rid of Wingington or something like that, I would do it, but not for Crowder. Trent said, caught the end of Mr. Smith and Daniel Orton on screen. All good. Salute. If you haven't already, let's try to get the 80 likes. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. I'm gonna get up out of here. And if you don't know, if you're new to the channel, if you're new to the this podcast, we go live pretty much after every game, usually around 9 p.m. CST. But if I'm at the game, it's gonna be closer to 10 because I gotta get out the arena, get home, and all of that stuff. So please make sure, if you haven't already, please subscribe, comment. You see the value that we bring talking about the Bucks. You see the wide variety of perspectives and everybody's input. I try to get as many comments off as I can because I want everyone's voice to be heard, which is why I have people tap in. When I be saying this friends and family stuff, I be dead serious about that. That's why I be wanting y'all to tap in, say your piece, and I want everybody to be heard. So that's what this whole podcast is about, is inclusion. I'm gonna use one of the work words I'll be using for my direct reports. Inclusion. It's about inclusion. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's gonna help this grow. And we're growing steadily, Bucks Nation. This community's getting bigger. We're getting known, like Mr. Smith said. We're getting talked about on different platforms. We're doing something big here, y'all. So I hope y'all continue to support the channel, continue to share the content, continue to get these likes, and I'm gonna keep grinding. So appreciate the support, y'all. For real. Like this is, I'm really enjoying this. This platform is just giving me a way to kind of exhale and kind of vent, and I hope that y'all use this platform for that as well. That's the whole point of inclusion. I know how I am as a Bucks fan, and I need to vent, and I want y'all to always have a platform where you can vent and say your piece. For real. Salute to y'all. I really enjoy doing this. Seriously. I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic, Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news live edition, where the Bucks just extended their win streak. I don't want to say home, but just win streak to 6 games and beating the Magic. And we didn't even play that good, and we still beat the Magic, a very solid team. So I'm very charged about that. Last Ghost Rider, before I get out, I said, man, people hate when you criticize a team, but I can't be happy with mediocrity. We need to make some moves. I have no confidence in this team in the playoff. Whoop! Heavy. Okay, Last Ghost Rider, we'll see what they do against the Knicks. Should be another win. And we gonna chop it up, y'all. Can we get one more like to get the 80, ladies and gentlemen, before I hit the end button? Can we get, who gonna be the superstar? Who gonna be the closer? We need one like to get to 80. Who gonna be the closer? Y'all gonna go out like Bud? Leave it at 79. Y'all gonna go out like Bud? Y'all gonna go out like we do now in the fourth quarter closing? Come on, y'all. We need one. Who gonna do it? All right, y'all tripping. All right. I'm about to get up out of here. I'm Amber. This is Amara's Logic. Please make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and share the content. I will see you great individuals in a few days. And again, salute the Bucks Nation. Go.